After a beautiful ceremony in front of family and friends, Alex and Sarah had been looking forward to their romantic getaway on a private island which took them months to save for and schedule. As they arrived, they were greeted by the stunning beauty of the island, with its crystal-clear waters and lush greenery. They made plans to go on a hike, snorkel in the surrounding waters and just relax with each other. As they settled into their luxurious villa, they couldn't help but feel like they were in paradise. That evening, as they settled in with nothing but the sound of the waves and the rustling of palm trees, they quickly dozed off. The morning was wonderful, and after having breakfast they walked down to the beach hand in hand, enjoying the beauty of the place. Heading back to their beachfront villa, they began to notice strange occurrences around the island. It seems the flip-flops they had just worn onto the beach were missing. And upon arriving back at the house, they didn't see the swimsuits they left out on the lawn chairs to dry. Was it the wind that blew them away, they wondered, and how far could they have gone? They tried to shake it off, since there must have been a rational reason as to what happened. That evening, as they were enjoying a candlelit dinner on the beach, they heard a blood-curdling scream coming from the jungle. They brushed it off as just their imagination, since no one else should be there. But as the days went on, they couldn't shake the feeling that something was off about the island. 2 days later, as the night fell and the stars came out, Sarah, who was having a cup of tea while Alex was upstairs planning a surprise, was startled by a knock on the door. Sarah's heart raced as she cautiously approached the door, wondering who could be knocking. Upon opening the door, she saw no one there. Was she losing her mind, she questioned, but she couldn't shake the feeling that someone was toying with them. The next afternoon, while exploring the island, they stumbled upon an old abandoned mansion. As they entered, they were greeted by a musty smell and a sense of foreboding. As they went deeper into the mansion, they discovered a hidden room filled with old journals and newspaper clippings. The articles revealed that the island had a dark past, with rumors of human sacrifices and mysterious disappearances. As they tried to leave the mansion, they found that the doors were locked and they were trapped inside. Sarah recalled seeing a dumbwaiter in the corner where they had found the papers. It was hidden by boxes and some overgrown vines. "Do you think it still works?" she asked. Alex said it's the only option. Quickly they got Sarah in and Alex lowered her first. Once she reached to the room below, she ensured no one was in there before getting out. Alex soon followed. They began to hear whispers, but it was low and indecipherable. Someone is definitely behind this and everything else, they thought. What is going on? Sarah whispered. Alex suggested they not wait around to find out. In an instant a dart zoomed past Alex's head. They both ducked down. Without speaking a word, they both looked at each other. Alex gestured towards the window on the west side of the building. It was the opposite side away from the villa, but at least it was further away from where the dart came. Hiding in the forest under some trees and foliage, they could see scantily clad people running around frantically. Sarah whimpered, "Are they looking for us?" They soon realized that they were not alone on the island, and worse, that they were being hunted by a group of people who were determined to keep the island's secrets hidden. "What do we do now?" Alex questioned. The group noticed they had exited on the west and were closing in on them. They decided to make a dash around the other side of the building. Sarah, however, stepped on a branch and another dart came flying. The adrenaline coursing through them, they made it to another hiding spot. After crouching down, Alex noticed Sarah had a dart stuck in her right leg. He quickly yanked it out, and Sarah now for the first time realized she was struck with the dart. As the toxin from the dart began to take effect, Sarah and Alex cried as they sat on the forest floor, thinking this may very well be the end of their short marriage. Sarah's leg was practically limp, explaining to Alex she was unable to feel anything below her knee. It was then they both knew they had to fight for their survival and find a way off the island. The ferry they took to the island wasn't scheduled to return for another 4 days. Waiting for nightfall, Alex loaded Sarah on his back, then they slowly and carefully made a way back to the villa. It seems that was everyone's idea. Upon their approach to the villa, they noticed that same group from the forest was out by the pool and front door. One was even trying to climb up to the bedroom on the second floor. Realizing they couldn't go back to the villa, they headed down to the beach. As they scurried through the bushes, an explosion came from behind. It was the villa. It was going up in a black plume of smoke. Alex recalled the inflatable lifeboat and flares by the dock area. It was their only hope of getting off the island. It nearly took all night, but they took turns blowing it up until it was fully inflated. Pushing it into the water, several darts came whizzing by. Alex released the flare in the general direction where the darts appeared from. He wasn't sure, but he thought it connected with one of the strangers, as a figure could be seen on the beach rolling around in an attempt to put out the fire. It may have angered the troop as more darts followed. One of them struck the boat. Still, they went into the water. 30 yards out, however, the boat gave up on them and they thought they were sure goners. With Sarah's injury, they would never make it back to the mainland, and going back to the island was not an option. Luckily, with the explosion from the villa, the Coast Guards decided to come by and check on what was going on the island and rescued the couple from the water. Frantic and crazed, they tried to explain what had happened to the Coast Guards once on the boat. The Coast Guards moved closer to the island and shone light on the beach and between the trees, but saw nothing. They chalked the couple's experience as overzealous delusions. One officer said with raised brows, "Ah, I see it's folie à deux." Finally, after a harrowing journey, they managed to escape the island and return home. Sarah's leg needed to be amputated as she never regained feeling in it, and it was slowly rotting. The doctors weren't sure what substance was embedded in the dart. However, it suspected it may be from a king cobra, as a small nest was rumored to have been pets lost by the mansion owner that had resided on the island. Their honeymoon had become their most terrifying experience, as they almost lost their lives on the island.